We are Mo and Kate Bain. We're presenting the food truck stop at Million Cups of Coffee, and we're excited to share our story and get feedback today. I'm Mo Bain.
I'm Kate Bain.
We are here at Million Cups of Coffee with the food truck stop. We are owners of Crepe Diem. We do French crepes across the state, specialize in farmers markets. Please raise your hand if you've had our crepes before. Quite a few of you. Thank you so much.
Raise your hand if you're hungry. You all had breakfast.
This is what our booth sets up when we're like at the farmers market or strawberry festival downtown. We're passionate about our crepes.
But guess what, guys? We're not talking about crepes today. We are talking about the food truck stop. Now, what is the food truck stop? It is a community kitchen that is made for farmers markets, private caterers, bakers, and things like that. A space where you can come and have a nice, clean place to work. The health department really likes us, so hey. And let's show you what it looks like. So this is the before. We bought a building downtown in the Bird District. We put a lot of love, sweat, tears, all that jazz into it to turn it into this. We have our beautiful helpers here. And in the kitchen here, what you you can't see here is we have two commercial kitchens, or commercial sinks. One can be doing dishes and another person can be prepping their vegetables and fruits and things like that. We have a lot of cold storage, freezers, quality mixers, ovens, everything you can think of that you may need to create your magic and your product.
Of all those things that we offer, the most important thing we offer is mentorship for starting new businesses in the food industry. What I would like to go over, and actually excites me, is the nuts and bolts of the prices of what it takes to get into the food industry and the base levels here in Billings, Montana. So if you were going to start a tent setup here at the farmers market, you would have to go over some costs. $35 a week for rent, several other costs, including folding tables, pop-up tent, branded banner, and signings. You would need basic food prep equipment. We have $500 allotted for that. That's going to be a smoker, a grill, packaging equipment, cold storage, something to sell your product at the farmer's market. You're also going to need a payment reader system, sundries, gloves. You're going to need a subscription for us at our food truck stop at the commissary kitchen. That's going to range $100 to $500 a month, depending on how much usage you use the kitchen. But overall, the thing that excites me is you add this up, and it's about $2,000 for a business to get started here in the food industry. At $2,000, you compare that to what it takes to buy a full setup at a food truck. You're talking $50,000 to $100,000 for a modern food truck. If you compare that to owning a restaurant, everyone has a dream. Most people have a dream of owning a restaurant or sharing something in an organic way. A restaurant's going to be double what a food truck is. And more importantly than that, the amount of stress and time and risk, the more you spend, the harder it is for a new business to get started. So at this price, we can have more people get into the industry that are college students, high school students, stay-at-home parents, anybody with less risk.
So the logos you see here are the businesses that we are currently helping and mentoring. We have a lemonade business, our business, some of the best mac and cheese you'll ever have, gourmet mini pancakes, hand pies, creme brulee, and truffles. But the one I'm really excited to talk about is up here. We have Cowgirl Joe. This is a 19-year-old girl who just moved out of her home and is starting college. She wanted something that could help pay for college because it's very expensive, and she found a $250 coffee cart on Facebook, and being able to help her grow her business and give her options for her financial future.
Every logo you see here is a person, a dream, and a story. They are here because our business. Million Cups of Coffee helps people start their businesses at grassroots level. We do the similar thing, but we're in the food industry. When we have open air markets that we sell at, we have lots of grassroots small market businesses. And these food trucks are more than just meals. They're hustling entrepreneurs pouring their heart into every plate. They transform neighborhoods, events, and streets into welcoming spaces where people gather, nourished by food and connection. When paired with live music and friends, it truly makes something special. It brings a form of community and nostalgia seen in European markets home here to Billings. The food truck stop empowers these culinary creators to keep serving Montana with passion, bringing local flavors, and a sense of family to every open-air market. We're excited to have new entrepreneurs start this. Thank you for allowing us to share.
Thanks, guys.
Danielle.
Hi. Okay, I just want to make sure I understand this. So this is for someone who does not have their own truck. They come and they cook or make whatever they're going to sell in your kitchen, and then they transport that to whatever market they're going to. Correct. Right? Okay.
The health department requires you to have a commercial kitchen to be legitimate.
Okay.
So a lot of other people have had to borrow friends from bakeries, restaurants. We allow a go-between that understands the entrepreneur that's starting.
Okay.
And there's other community kitchens that's offered this, but they're currently closed or restricted.
Okay, so then I do have now a question. How do you manage who's in there cooking at a time? How do you?
So we are cold prep only. Yes. So you're not going to be using fryers there. Like, we have certain restrictions of what we can do. And so we are looking for, so we're looking for businesses that can just do cold prep. And our health department also sends people our way that the kitchen would work for.
Can you say what cold prep is?
So cold prep. So for us, we need a nice clean space to slice our strawberries. We can't do that at home in our kitchen. So we go to our shop, and that's where we wash our strawberries, cut our strawberries, and package them to where they are safe to move to an outdoor event.
So somebody like with sandwiches, charcuterie boards, those
Yep.
kinds of things.
Yep.
If you did barbecue, you would prep your meat there. You could put it in barbecue sauce, and then you put it on the grill at the farmer's market or event that you have. We have we're basically a timeshare, but with a kitchen for people who need a kitchen. It's very restrictive to people to get into a building of their own. So we offer a bridge for small entrepreneurs to get started.
So for example, Sweet Rescue Truffles, she comes to our shop to be able to dip her truffles in chocolate, make sure that they are refrigerated correctly, and she'll come and pick up her supplies and then go to an event.
So the space plus the training plus the tips really is kind of right. I mean, that's really what you're getting at, which I think is wonderful.
We've done it before. We know the health codes. We know the fire codes. We know how to deal with vendors and organizers.
Mm-hmm.
So just a point in the right direction goes a really long way. And some encouragement.
David.
I don't know how much my endorsement would mean, but I've known you guys for quite a while, and to watch you guys start your business, and you were in it before I met you, but to watch what you guys have grown it to and what you're doing now, I just want to say, if anybody's looking for this stuff, you guys are definitely the people to get mentored by, to get help, and so just excited to see what you guys have done with everything. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. Food truckers, some of them can be very cutthroat. Our theory, our passion, our love is to help all ships rise with the tide. We need everybody to help everyone grow. Some people don't like grapes. Can you believe that?
No, I can't believe
Right? But sometimes people want a hamburger, or they want barbecue, they want tacos. I'll point you to the right place because I like them too. I want my friends to be able to grow and flourish. And why not help others like these people do that too?
No, I think the abundance mindset is wonderful, and then collaborating with community partners, I think, is spot on. Emily.
Two questions. What inspired you to create this new business? And then my second question is, what is your capacity in the kitchen? Like, how many businesses can you have? And how do you know who's going when?
Great question.
So the first question is, what inspired us? We love these events. We're not just entrepreneurs, but we're extroverts. We love these community-centered events. We love coming to them when we first moved to Montana. And when we saw these, we were just like, hey, we want to be a part of these. So we signed us up for all of them. We used to only be, when we had sales jobs, we used to only be able to have like one weekend a year we would go to them. Now we go to them, every single one of them, because we're required to. So we love these. That's what inspired us.
And then for your second question, with capacity, we're right now we have 8 people working in there. We can have up to 27 to 30 people with capacity. And with a second part of your question was, how do people schedule? We use an app called Time Tree, to where every business is able to schedule themselves on the calendar and block out their times. Now, depending on your prep, we can have 2 to 3 businesses in there at a time. Everyone's very nice and cordial, respectful of everyone's space. So we are able to manage time and balance it that way. Did that answer your question?
I have a complaint about your guys' business.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
My nephew makes me get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the
So
farmer's
sorry.
market to get his Curious George. So, because he doesn't want to wait in the long line, he wants to wait in the medium line. So I've always been in awe of what you guys have done and noticed, and it's been really cool watching you guys over all these years.
I appreciate that. I
The
can
crack
crank up
of
the time
dawn.
as well. Not my favorite.
No, I think it's important to note that a lot of people want to start a food truck, and they have a passion for food, and they might have talent in that area, but the business side can be challenging, and that's where you really kind of help bridge that gap, right?
Most people are creative minded, and then other people are business minded. I'm more of the creative, he's more of the business. So being able to start something can be intimidating. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with those details. So having that other side of the brain is really helpful, and hopefully we can be that other side of the brain for our creative culinary experts.
So,
I love the model, and I love that you're taking your expertise and helping other people start their businesses. I think that's shows in your passion. I've also known you for quite a while, so it's been fun to see how you've grown with that. What's the plan next? Like, how long has this particular area been open? I know it helps your business because you need a commercial kitchen,
Yes.
but then you can monetize it in multiple different ways. So how long have you been open, and what's the plan for growth in there? And then is there a franchise white label model that you kind of have for your entrepreneur program idea? So there's 3 questions in there.
There is the picture we showed. The before picture was a year ago. The current picture is today. So we are in our infancy of getting it up and running. It's been running for about 6 months, and our goal is to simply use the building. We want the building used. Our business with our model, we only want to work with our business 4 or 5 months out of the year. We want to take the rest off. This business can sustain other businesses while we're not in there, and because we're only in there a couple days a week, but we very much need the business, and other businesses need this community aspect as well. So we love our what they are. They're our competitors, but they also, our competitors make these markets what they are. We can't go show up somewhere and expect people to hang out and have that community. We need our competitors there. So we help our competitors, and they've helped us for years as well.
I saw some of those logos of some of the, obviously those are some of the wins. Have you ever had people that have come in and then gone, this is a lot more work, or this maybe I'm overlapping somebody else? And,
Oh, absolutely.
Work, and then go, maybe this isn't the best fit.
So, absolutely. So when you sign up, there's a lengthy application process, and I go over it with you. And a lot of people, they love the idea of a food truck. Gosh, it's a lot of work. And being able to ask these hard questions, it does weed people out. Sometimes it just doesn't fit their lifestyle. So that's also kind of part of the mentorship is I want to be honest with you. You're going to bite off more than you can chew, but it is manageable. It is manageable.
Better to find out now than later. Right?
Well,
Spend much money.
yes,
Right.
but what makes it more than biting off what you can chew is if you have to invest the $50,000 to $100,000, then you have to pay that off. The average person has to get a loan to pay that off. That you're going to add stress on top of the work that's needed. What we want people is to start on the grassroots level, no debt, to go in just with cash and start a business that can be funded just by family. And then that to be changing family stories here in Montana at the very easy level. Because the most important thing you can get is the knowledge. We've been in this 15 years, is the knowledge each year to know your market, know your demographic, and to improve your business. And you can get that simply by showing up and starting to sell. Any other questions?
Can you go over what the rental rates are for actually like renting out the
Yes,
kitchen?
I've got a whole printout sheet, and it basically starts at $100 a month. $100 a month means you get a place to wash your dishes and do some basic prep. Going up from cold storage, using our equipment, storing your equipment, your freezers, and storing your equipment can go up to $500 a month.
It is also based on time, how much time you're going to be using the kitchen.
Yeah, because we only have so much time. We want to share it to as much people. You just have to pay extra if you're using it a lot. Does that answer, John?
Yeah, like starts at 100 and then maybe 500 on the high end.
Yeah, 500 on the high end. There are other people in other cities that they rent their commissary kitchen for up to $1,000. So this is on the extreme low end. We got a big fixer-upper building and put in a lot of sweat equity to make it what it is. And we could talk a lot about what we did. We did lots of construction to it. But it allows people to get in at a smaller entry level.
We have time for one more question. Don't everybody jump at once. Go ahead, Scott.
So you said 2,000 for your first event. That includes some one-time costs for equipment. Let's say 1,500 or so ongoing events. What's somebody that's looking at this, kicking around the idea, what could they actually expect if they set up at the farmer's market, cost them $1,500? What would they actually take home?
I expect. I mean, I don't know what you're hypothetically selling. If you're selling muffins or savory goods, barbecue, chicken, whatever it is, but I expect at the farmers market, to throw out numbers, you're going to be doing $300 to $1,200 in volume a week as a new business, somewhere in there. So I think that's a great place to start. You should be in the black within a month. Our first event, we had our startup cost to start up what we did 15 years ago was about $5,000, and we were in the black in about a month. So we're hoping for that. It can be done a lot easier than with the high expenses.
So many people feel like they need to have all the things. They have the vision in their mind, so they have to start that way. And that's where the financial burden, the financial stress, maybe they don't like it. And if they want to get out of the business, well, then they have this big debt weighing them down. And they get stuck. Being able to start this way with a low cost, a low investment, makes it easier to want to keep going, makes it more exciting, makes it easier for growth. So to pay off your startup costs, as Mo said, just takes a couple weeks compared to years.
A whole season or a couple seasons.
Yes.
Okay,
hard work.
shortening that learning curve for sure.
Yes.
So, last question is the $1 million question, the Million Cups question. What can the 1 Million Cups community do for you guys?
Get the word out there about this. We have 10 renters right now. We want 20 more. We want to use our building. We want to improve entrepreneurs here in the Yellowstone County. I want to see college students. I want to see stay-at-home parents. I want to see families looking to get an education, more for the experience, add to the communities that they have. I want to see some high school students start this in the next couple months. So if you have anyone in mind who wants to start, simply have them talk with us. Even if they're a year or two out from what they want, we could point you in the right direction real fast. And I'm excited for more open air festivals and markets.
And just something to keep in mind, our youngest renter is 11 years old. So we are there to help them grow from the very beginning.
She makes lots of money.
So,
Love it. Great
thank you
job. How about a
guys.
big hand?